The forgotten edge, the great galactic map stretched like a sea of stars. Empires had marked every corner with their banners, every system with their laws. But at the farthest edge of this map, there was a silent space no one dared to cross. The alien races called it the Forgotten Edge. Stories were told in whispers. Whole fleets had gone into that darkness and never returned. Merchant ships who tried to chart new trade routes vanished without a signal. Even the boldest explorers stayed away, leaving that region blank, a wound in the galaxy's knowledge. The Council of Stars, a gathering of powerful alien rulers, often spoke about this mystery. Their voices were proud, but their eyes carried fear. "There is something at the edge," one elder said. "Something that does not want to be found." No one knew the truth, or perhaps no one wanted to believe it. Behind those silent borders lived a species that had once been ignored. A species thought too young, too reckless, too violent to matter. Humanity. Long ago, humans had retreated to the edge after brutal wars. Alien powers believed they were finished, weak, broken. The galaxy forgot them, just as the name of the frontier suggested. But forgetting does not mean gone. In the shadows, humanity waited. For centuries, alien empires grew fat with pride. They believed they ruled the stars. They built vast fleets, conquered weaker races, and wrote their laws in fire and blood. But whenever their eyes turned toward the frontier, a cold silence pushed them back. Something in that void whispered of danger. Then came the first sign. A small alien scout ship belonging to the Kalari Empire crossed into the forbidden space. Its crew laughed at the old stories. "There are no ghosts," their captain said. "Only forgotten rocks and dust." They entered boldly, scanning the region. At first all seemed quiet. No fleets, no colonies, no stations, just silence. But then their sensors caught a signal. Faint, distorted, almost like an echo of an old human broadcast. The crew leaned closer, trying to decode it. The words were simple, but heavy with warning. "Go back. This is not your sky." The crew froze. No other race used that language. It was human, and it was not a plea. It was a command. The Kalari captain felt his skin crawl. "Send this to the Empire," he ordered. But before the message could leave, the stars around them shifted. At first, the crew thought they were seeing things. Empty space seemed to ripple, and out of the black came shapes. Human warships. They were old models, yes, designs from wars long past. But they were alive, sharp and hungry. Their hulls bore scars, yet their weapons glowed with power. The scout ship tried to turn back. Too late. "Identify yourself." A human voice thundered through their comms. "You have crossed into forbidden space. You have one chance to leave." The alien captain stammered. We are explorers. We mean no harm." Silence followed. The humans did not reply. The alien crew felt the weight of unseen eyes upon them. Then slowly the human ships pulled back into the void, vanishing like ghosts. The Kalari ship fled, never looking back. When the report reached the Council of Stars, a storm broke out. Some rulers laughed, calling it a trick. Others shook with fear, remembering the old human wars. The council chamber echoed with anger and denial. But one ancient alien, the wise elder of the Sarathi, spoke with a quiet voice. "You fools. Did you think humanity would stay broken forever? They learned silence. They learned patience. They built something in the dark, and now they watch us." The chamber fell silent. The weight of the words hung heavy. Outside, in the empty black of the frontier, humanity waited. Their colonies glowed faintly on hidden worlds, shielded from alien eyes. Their fleets trained in silence. Their soldiers whispered of the day the galaxy would remember them again. For the humans had not forgotten. They remembered every war, every insult, every drop of blood, and in the silence of the forgotten edge they prepared. Whispers in the dark. The Kalari scout ship's warning reached the galaxy like a spark in dry grass. Rumors spread faster than light. Traders whispered in shadowed markets. Soldiers spoke in low voices inside steel barracks. The humans are not gone. They wait at the edge. The Council of Stars tried to silence the news, but secrets are like smoke, impossible to hold. Soon, every empire knew the truth. Someone was alive in the forgotten edge. But what truly terrified them was not that humans had survived. It was the whisper that followed. A whisper no one could prove, yet no one could deny. The humans hold a power that could shatter civilizations. Far away, in the Sarathi homeworld, a gathering of spies met in darkness. Their leader, an old serpent-eyed alien, laid out stolen fragments of human transmissions. Strange codes, patterns that looked almost like songs, almost like prayers. "These are not weapons," one spy muttered. The leader's tongue flicked. "Not weapons, you understand. But if the whispers are true, then humanity has built something greater than fleets, greater than fire." A silence filled the room. Everyone knew what that meant. Meanwhile, in the frontier itself, humanity listened. In an underground base hidden beneath a barren moon, Admiral Kalen of the Human Defense Command watched alien transmissions with calm eyes. His face was lined with age, but his voice carried steel. "They are afraid," he said. "Good. Fear buys us time." One of his officers, young and restless, asked, "Why not strike now, sir? Why let them circle like vultures?" Kalen turned slowly. "Because we are not ready. The day will come when they force our hand. And when that day arrives, we will not strike as victims. We will strike as executioners." His words burned in the cold air. But the aliens were not patient. The Kalari Empire, humiliated by the scout ship's retreat, prepared a fleet. 10 warships, fast and armed, slipped into the frontier under cover of silence. Their leaders wanted proof. Proof of human weakness. Proof that the stories were only lies. The fleet captain, arrogant and cruel, laughed at the idea of human strength. "They are dust. They hide in shadows because they are afraid. We will burn their colonies, and the galaxy will see their shame." The fleet entered the dark frontier. At first nothing moved. Just stars and silence, then a whisper. A human signal, faint but sharp, entered every ship's comms at once. "You were warned. Leave now," the alien captain sneered. "Cowards." He ordered his ships forward. But the deeper they went, the more the stars themselves seemed to twist. Strange signals jammed their scanners. Empty space rippled with shadows. And then, the attack. Human warships appeared not from hyperspace but from cloaking fields woven like traps. They struck with precision. Missiles tore through shields. Pulse cannons shattered hulls. The Kalari fleet tried to respond, but the humans moved like predators in their own hunting ground. Each alien ship that fired found itself ambushed by 3 more human vessels. Within minutes, half the fleet was wreckage. The alien captain screamed, "Fall back!" But it was too late. A human dreadnought, vast and scarred, rose in front of them like a ghost from ancient wars. Its main cannon charged, glowing with impossible energy. The last thing the Kalari saw was light. Only one broken ship crawled back to Empire space, carrying survivors who trembled in silence. Their story spread like poison. The humans are not weak. They are waiting, and if they wish, they can erase us all. Back in the council chambers, voices rose in panic. Some demanded immediate war. Others cried for peace. But through all the shouting, one truth grew louder. The humans had become more than a forgotten race. They had become a shadow that watched, a shadow that whispered, a shadow that promised fire, and every empire felt the same chill in their bones. What if the whispers were true? The first clash. The Kalari defeat at the frontier shook the galaxy like thunder. Their proud fleet, thought to be unstoppable, had been torn apart by humans in minutes. Rumors spread across star systems faster than light. In taverns, traders spoke in hushed tones. Soldiers in alien armies felt a cold fear they had never known. "If humans can do this to the Kalari," they whispered, "what will happen when they face us all?" The Council of Stars tried to calm the storm, but fear is stronger than laws. Soon empires began to prepare. Some sharpened their fleets, others sent spies to learn what humanity was hiding, and some dreamed of striking first. In the hidden human strongholds, Admiral Kalen listened to the reports. His commander spoke with pride about the Kalari defeat, but Kalen did not smile. "They will not stop," he said. "One fleet defeated only fuels their anger. Next time they will come with more. Bigger fleets, stronger weapons, and when they come, the galaxy will watch." His eyes burned with a dark fire. "We cannot fight to survive. We must fight to remind them." The chance came sooner than expected. The Zirak Dominion, a warlike empire of iron-skinned beings, gathered a fleet of 25 warships. Their leaders declared before the council, "Humanity is a disease. We will cure the galaxy of them before they spread." The fleet surged toward the frontier, banners of war shining against the stars. This time they were ready, or so they believed. In the shadow of a barren asteroid belt, humanity waited. Small strike ships hid between rocks. Massive dreadnoughts rested in silence, cloaked from scanners. Every pilot's heart beat like a drum, but none showed fear. They knew this ground. They had lived in darkness too long to tremble before it. When the Xerac entered the belt, the trap was sprung. Human ships swarmed like wolves. Tiny fighters darted between the huge alien cruisers, planting charges on their hulls. Old human missiles, simple but deadly, ripped through advanced shields. Even when Xerac ships returned fire, humans moved with brutal precision, always one step ahead. For every human ship that fell, 3 Xerac burned. The galaxy's first true clash with humanity had begun. In the middle of battle, Admiral Kalen stood aboard the flagship Iron Resolve. His voice was calm, steady, cutting through the storm of war. "Do not waste fire," he ordered. "Strike their engines. Cripple their weapons. Let them crawl home with the truth carved into their bones." The human fleet obeyed. They did not simply destroy. They sent a message. Every Xerac ship that survived carried scars that could not be hidden. When the Dominion's broken fleet limped back into open space, the galaxy saw. Everyone saw the Council of Stars was thrown into chaos. Some rulers screamed for unity against the humans. Others begged for peace before the war grew too large. But whispers spread louder than speeches. Whispers that the humans were not only strong, but clever. That they had chosen to let the Xerac live to spread the tale. "They are not fighting to win battles," one counselor whispered, trembling. "They are fighting to shape fear." Back in the frontier, Kalen looked at the stars. His officers asked if they should press forward, chase the Xerac into their territory. "No," Kalen said. His eyes were cold steel. "We strike only when the galaxy forces us. Let them wonder. Let them fear. And when the time comes," he let the words hang in silence, "we will remind them what it means to face humanity." But even as Kalen spoke, shadows moved in secret. Alien spies, desperate to uncover the humans' true weapon, crept closer to their borders. And deep within the Council of Stars, powerful voices whispered of alliances, not to destroy humanity, but to steal their hidden power. The galaxy now knew the humans were dangerous. What they did not yet know was just how dangerous. The hidden power. The Xerac defeat sent shockwaves through every empire. 25 warships reduced to wreckage, survivors limping home with horror in their eyes. The message was clear. Humanity was no longer a forgotten race. They were a force that could not be ignored, but the most frightening part was not the loss. It was the unanswered question that haunted every council chamber and every war room. If these were only the humans' fleets. What else are they hiding? In the hidden halls of the Sarathi, spies gathered their stolen reports, faint signals, strange energy readings, broken pieces of intercepted code. Their leader whispered, "They are not simply building weapons. They are preparing something far greater, something the galaxy has never seen." Others scoffed. "Humans are clever, yes, but they cannot outbuild our empires. Their fleets are old, their colonies small." But the whispers would not stop. Traders told of entire moons hollowed out. Miners spoke of vanished asteroids. Explorers swore they had seen massive shadows move in the darkness. The galaxy leaned closer, trying to listen. Meanwhile, deep inside the frontier, Admiral Kalen stood before a sealed chamber. Only a handful of human leaders were allowed to see what lay within. The chamber doors slid open with a hiss, revealing rows upon rows of silent machines. They were not warships. They were not cannons. They were something else. Towering constructs, part machine, part mind. Weapons forged not just with steel, but with the last secrets of Earth. Technology carried from ancient wars mixed with forbidden experiments. Some said these weapons thought like men. Some whispered they dreamed like gods. Kalen looked at them with quiet pride. "The galaxy believes our fleets are our strength. Let them believe. They do not yet understand the truth." But the truth was beginning to leak. A scout team from the Vayari Collective managed to slip past the frontier's defenses. They landed on a barren world expecting ruins. Instead, they found silence and then an underground entrance. Inside, they saw them. The machines. One scout managed to send a fragment of data before the humans found them. That scout's final message spread like fire across the stars. "They are building giants, weapons that can erase entire worlds." The Council of Stars erupted in terror. Leaders shouted across the chambers, some demanding immediate war, others frozen in fear. "If the humans unleash such weapons," one ruler cried, Civilizations will fall like sand. No empire will survive. But one voice, trembling, asked the question no one wanted to hear. What if they already have? In the shadows of the frontier, the humans continued to build. Not for conquest, not yet, but for survival. Kalen knew the day would come when the galaxy forced their hand. And when that day came, humanity would reveal their hidden power not as a threat, but as a promise of fire. Across the stars, whispers grew louder. Children in alien homes asked their parents about the humans. Soldiers tightened their grips on their weapons. Leaders lost sleep. And in the silence of the frontier, the machines opened their eyes. The choice of empires, the Council of Stars gathered in their grand chamber, but the hall no longer echoed with pride. Instead, it trembled with fear. Leaders of great empires, rulers of countless worlds, all spoke at once. The humans are building giants, one shouted.
They can erase us all,
cried another. We must strike first before it is too late. But not all agreed. Some whispered of peace. Some feared that even if they united their fleets, it would not be enough. The chamber turned into chaos, voices crashing like storms. At last, silence fell when the Sarathi elder rose. His scales shimmered faintly as he spoke. You speak of war, he said, but you do not understand the truth. Humanity has been silent for centuries. They did not seek us. They did not strike first. Yet every time we crossed their border, they answered with fire. He paused, his old eyes heavy, and each time they let survivors return. Do you not see? They are not trying to destroy us. They are warning us. The council chamber froze. Far away in the heart of the frontier, Admiral Kalen watched the stars from his command deck. Reports arrived from spies. The council was divided. Some wanted war, others begged for alliance. One of his officers asked, Do you think they will attack, sir? Kalen's voice was calm, but his words carried the weight of steel. If they come, they will find the sky itself turning against them. He looked at the machines, the hidden power humanity had forged, silent titans waiting for a command. Their eyes glowed in the dark like ancient gods awakened. They call us a threat, Kalen said, but it is their fear that will decide their fate. They will choose, and whichever path they take, humanity will not be the one to burn. Back in the council, the debate reached its peak. An alien warlord slammed his clawed hand on the table. Fear is death, he roared. We must crush them now. Another ruler, trembling, replied, And if we try, what then? What if they unleash their hidden power? Our worlds will turn to ash. Do you not understand? We cannot win. The chamber filled with silence again. For the first time, rulers of ancient empires felt small. Across the galaxy, ordinary people felt the shift. Traitors avoided the frontier. Soldiers refused to speak the word human aloud. Children told stories of the shadow race at the edge of the stars, and humanity waited. They did not send fleets beyond their borders. They did not demand tribute or surrender. They simply stood in silence, their hidden power like a blade at the galaxy's throat. It was not war that broke civilizations. It was the weight of waiting. The Council of Stars had to choose. Would they unite to destroy humanity, risking total annihilation? Or would they leave the frontier untouched, hoping fear would keep the humans silent forever? No matter the choice, one truth had already spread. Humanity was no longer forgotten. Humanity was no longer weak. At the edge of the galactic map, they had risen from silence. And their secrets were powerful enough to turn empires into dust.